Control. Nick. Guided. Nick.
Hey Nick, you're awesome, and keep being the amazing person you are.
Please welcome your presenters to the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, the nominees for Tashish of the Year are
Madonna.
Cher,
Beyonce.
and Nick. And the winner is... Oh my God, this is amazing! Nicole, Nick! Woo! Audience screaming, confetti bursts, camera flashes.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Nicole, Published of the Year.
Applause fades into transition cue for next segment.
Ooh, yeah. 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 She got that pin like fire, baby. When they rise, the world gets higher, baby. You think you, that's the choir, baby. Miracles on the page. Let's go. She got stories like sunshine through the rain, turning heartache to hallelujah pain. And in the fame, every word a revelation. Yeah, she's shifting the game. When you read her name, you don't forget the flame. No limit when the soul gets loud. She the pulse to beat the crowd. Stories of the year, say it proud. She stand out in the crowd. Say N.I.C. That's the movement, that's the groove. N.I.C. From the soul to the mic to the truth. Yeah. Next the proof that love makes miracles move. She don't chase clouds, she chases light. Lights in color, breeze inside. From sunrise at it to midnight flight. She make babe look fly and bright feel right. Yeah, and they gon' publish that. Speak your truth, girl. Turn that story into gold. Write it down, write it loud. Let your truth move the crowd. Every scar, every tear. Got you here, baby, got you here. Yo, they call her the queen of the clean line, tight rhyme, headline, deadline. Fine, turn a breakdown into a breakthrough. Faith with a framework, yeah, that's a debut. Never ghost, she hosts the most ghost writer, toasting from coast to coast. Yeah, she the pen, the plan, the proof in the page. Miracle maker, word slinging stage. N.I.C. N.I.C. That's the message, that's the move. N.I.C. Funky fire, rhythm and groove. N.I.C. That's the life that keeps us true. She's a miracle in motion. Every word she writes set the soul free. You'll be you, baby, and she'll be me. You'll be you, you'll be you. You'll be you, you'll be you. You'll be you, you'll be you.
And welcome everyone to UBU Live. My name is William Rochelle, but Jackie can call me Bill, Aaron can call me Will, Melissa can call me Charles, I don't know why, and I am excited to be here with the one and only Nick. Welcome to the show.
Oh my God. Well, I need to know who I can call you. Let's start there.
Okay. You can call me whatever you want. I don't answer to negative. Um, uh, I like things like King Perfect. You can call me your 20-year-old friend. My name is Bill.
All right.
You can
Seriously,
call me Bill.
I need to call you Da Bomb. So like I'm back here and I am like rocking it out. Listen, I have been to your shows. Sunday afternoons are a little funky for me sometimes because
Yeah.
like it's all about the boo. So I was
Hmm.
sharing with you backstage that I was like, come on, I fried tilapia. We gotta eat, we gotta eat, we gotta eat. I gotta get on the show. Um, and I was thinking, oh, I'm like a nap girl. So
Me
I'm like,
too.
make the coffee. And
We're twins. Mine is cold, so I can drink it faster, right?
you're right, right? So I'm sitting back here and I am just so freaking hyped up. I'm like moving and I'm dancing and grooving. And I'm like, oh, I'm awake. I don't need that damn coffee.
Yeah. You know what? I don't know. Can you see me when I'm in the green room?
No, I can't.
Oh, you couldn't, because I was jamming, and so were you. And I was like, oh, is she taking my dance moves? Because it was almost like we were in sync. But
Oh
that
man, I didn't get to see you, but we should still have a dance off one of
hey,
these days.
let's do it. One of the things that's so amazing about you, Nick, and one of the reasons why I wanted you on the show, and then was a little bit surprised about your reaction, and I'll tell you guys what it was. Uh, Nick, I think Nick and I were talking about doing the show, and she said, if you think I would be a decent guest. And my heart dropped because in my mind, I've heard about Nick from so many people, from Melissa Houston to Jackie Hallberg to Felipe Cofino to Aaron Gibson to Peter Muffler to Kenneth Dunner. Oops, Lord, y'all know I ain't gonna be. I'm on
What?
somebody's list now. But you are someone that fascinates me. And I have so many different areas that I want to talk to you about. But we have an hour, right? So I want to start with what subject is the most important thing for you to get out today on this show?
Oh God. You know what? I think had I been a different person, I would take advantage of the fact that I have an audience and let's talk about my business.
Mm-hmm.
Life. The big subject is just life. Your life, my life, life.
Yes.
Life is happening every minute for everyone. I'm in my four walls. I can't see what's going on in my neighbor's house because they have four walls.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just life. We're all at a point, at some point in our lives, but we've all been at that point. And I know that the constant roller coaster of emotions I feel, I know for a fact that at this point in my life, it's not the bipolar disorder because I take medication to treat that. I know that this is just life. And I think everybody comes at it differently.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope, and when I asked you about would I be a good fit for your show, I asked that out of respect because everybody has an agenda when they do their shows, right? And you want to keep the flow of your show.
Mm-hmm.
And so therefore certain guests, it's not that there aren't great people too, but they just may not align. So I know that I'm kind of an all over the place person and I talk about everything.
You're the perfect podcast guest. What are you talking about?
So that's why, I wanted to be that way, because I know that I have my moments where I could just be very raw, and that's just not something everybody necessarily wants
In their
live.
life.
So and yes, so my biggest topic is life, and holy crap, shit's hitting the fan big time right now for a lot of people. And we just, we have to lean into each other and whatever around us that we can
Hmm.
to try to keep our chin above water right now. Um,
That that I feel very deeply. I really, really do. And I want to kind of piggyback on something.
of course.
You said the first thing that you would have thought is to come on and talk about your business. The last thing that I would have thought was to come on and talk about your business. Although I believe that they can be intertwined, right? So
True.
I
And it means a lot if you didn't think that. And I said that because I think some people look at getting on a live show as an opportunity, right?
just tell something.
About what they do and their business and their story behind how they became an entrepreneur. But I have never led with my business foot. It's always been my personal foot, and it's the personal foot that actually caused me to take a step toward business. Um, but now that I'm here, the honest truth is, especially in these times when it's so challenging, right? And people are spending more on need than want. And my industry's some point a want, a necessity in mental health for some cases. But do I go on and take this opportunity? And I think what I have been struggling with, and why I said I want to talk about life, is because I was really happy in the beginning for some reasons. And now I'm really happy because I found my alignment. I found my alignment with owning the business, earning, and making that impact and keeping my heart full. And that's not an easy balance, I think, for any
Entrepreneur or
correct,
person in general. Um,
right, in general.
with that said, that's why I wanted you, because I said if I can actually have the opportunity to sit down and speak with Nick, and I'm more about getting to know somebody than a script, right?
I
So
nothing.
you and I are, to me, there's no one out there. It's you and me drinking coffee, sitting here talking about the crap that's going on in our lives, the good, the bad, and the ugly. However, one of the reasons why I really wanted to make sure that this show hit home is because I felt as if by promoting you, by introducing my audience to you, you are someone that can help guide them through their darkness. You are someone who says that there is a story in you
Mhm.
that just needs to be told. And that story part, and I would let's dive into that for a second. It's healing, is it not? When you share your story, not just for you, but for the people that read it.
Absolutely. Story is like one of those buzzwords, right? It's thrown around a lot. Um, but I can't avoid that buzzword in my business.
Mm-hmm.
Your story, your journey, your every breath from the time you enter this world to now, even if you can't remember all the way back, I still have little memories that pop into my mind. Sometimes they're not very clear. Sometimes it's just a feeling,
Mm-hmm.
right? And that feeling could be the warmest hug. It could be a moment of fear. Um, but I recognize those feelings in myself today. So from the day we are born, we are constantly feeling from the people around us, the environment, everything. To me, the story is anything you've ever felt within a period of time. So therefore, we could write a series of a dozen books and we will never tell our full story. But I like to break down my anthologies in such a way that they allow people to tap into a certain leg of their journey and bring forth that story within them. And it is cathartic. It is empowering to own your voice in another platform, right? Other than verbally, other than, yes, social media posts and such like that, but to actually hold tangibly a book in your hand that says The Awakening by Nicole Angai-Galindo. It's a completely different experience to own your story in that way.
How do you do that with how do you release the fear and anxiety to put pen to paper to tell your truth? And when I say that, you know better than me because you've spoken to more people. But some people's truths are really, really hard to deal with. And there's two truths. There's their truth, right? And then societal norms.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the times, all of this isn't really, we're not struggling with our truth. We're struggling. We're trying to make sure that I'm making you feel comfortable or somebody else. If you can be your authentic self 100% of the time, and ladies and gentlemen, I'm not saying go slap somebody if that's your authentic self. No. um, because that's been my authentic self once or twice. I never did it. I cannot fight. Look at me. I'm good looking. I don't fight. That's a joke. But the truth is, we're constantly, not we, some of us are constantly searching for someone else's uh, uh, hmm, gratification, acknowledgement.
Validation.
Yeah, yeah, saying that you're okay to be you. And um, the reason why I created my podcast is because I think that you should be you, and no matter where you are in your life, you should be able to tell your story. And I was someone who struggled with uh, identity insecurity, racial insecurity. Like, where do I choose? Which one is my tribe? Right? Because I'm black, but unless I tell you, no one's gonna know, or a lot of people won't know.
Oh no, really? I'm Asian, unless you didn't know. I'm just kidding. I'm actually Indian, Portuguese, and Scottish too. So if you
I kind of felt that, but the truth is, like, why am I trying to make you happy when this is my life? This is my gift, and how do I share that you are going to be okay? Because I've been okay
Mhm.
without living in fear.
So about 5 years ago, a big part of me was being myself, but constantly being knocked around for it. I'm very blunt. And that direct approach can at times make me
Go
feel
back, go back. I'm going to be totally honest with you. That was a very important statement. I missed a part of it.
okay.
I think you said you were too blunt, or
Yeah,
okay.
blunt. So, and I still am blunt. Don't get me wrong, but
Don't lose it.
And
Mhm.
about 5 years ago, you know, I think that I really stepped into embracing, look, this is who I am, and I need to be okay with me
Mhm.
first, because I already have shit to think about when I go to sleep at night that's crawling around in my head. I don't need to think about 100 other people crawling around in my head that wasn't happy with the way that I said something or conducted myself today. I don't have time for that.
Yeah.
And my mindset was stuck there a lot. I let a lot of what people tell me about who they perceived me to be my truth. I let them knock me down. Um, and the sad part about it is, deep down inside of me, I knew that that wasn't really who I was. So, like you said, where or when or how do you come to that realization that no more? So for me, and I find that a lot of stories could seem repetitive, right, on live shows and in written, and it's not that they're repetitive. There is a parallel. Everybody's exact situation is a little bit different. And for me, it was just getting to a point where I didn't think I would open my eyes another day. Or alternately, when I did, I just wanted to shut them back again. Now, that was one aspect of it. The other aspect of it was, I think the other aspect was my husband.
I was gonna ask you about him. I saw your video
I
about
will
no
answer.
gifts.
Sorry.
Huh? I saw your video about no gifts, and
Yeah.
I was like, "That's the cutest thing."
We just looked at each other like, really? Um, and so he's actually downstairs now in our unfinished. Uh, it's like the old storm door type places. Like,
Hmm.
so he's trying to move the vents in our house so the heat comes up. Like one's located behind the couch. He's very handy like that, and he says, "I'm going downstairs. I won't be banging. I won't be drilling. I won't be doing anything. Is it okay? Can I clean?" I'm like, "Yeah, don't worry. If you start to make noise, I'll just stomp on the floor."
There you go.
But that's how we are, right? And um, a big part of me being like this, I think, happened at that time when I really fell, because there was a part of me, a small part of me, that was still kind of hiding my bipolar disorder from my husband. Like he knew I had it. He knew I took medication, but I don't think he knew to the depth that it really affected me. And you love someone, you're afraid to lose someone, you don't want someone to look at you a certain way. Um, you don't want to not appear strong. Let me tell you something. During that time, that guy stood by me in ways I could not even with the words describe to you. But I will say that at the end of 2022, when I fell and broke this blasted knee in 3 places, 4 places, 100 places, we were cracking up. This guy comes home with a porta potty, a bedpan, and he comes home and he said, "I got gifts for you." And I am cracking up. This is the guy that cut garbage bags and wrapped my leg. Maneuvering into the tub was really funny. He put me to sit on the porta potty and showered me with the handheld shower and washed my hair. Okay.
That's love, and
But what that is unconditional acceptance. And he sees me and loves me just the way that I am. He is the person closest to me. Guess what? If he does, who the hell are all the rest of you?
That's what I was going to ask you. So, how long were you married before you told
Rude,
him?
but
How long were you married before you told him?
we just crossed our 7th anniversary on the 4th of November. This is my third marriage. Okay, so third time around, third time's a charm. I got it right this time.
Okay, good, good. When did you get diagnosed, or when did you understand that there was about the bipolar part? Because that's something that I'm struggling with some friends,
Yeah.
and their children are, it manifests for two of my friends when their kids hit teenage years, and they're not wanting to take medication, and it's just it's a it's a manageable, or is it? It's manageable
It is.
if you're consistent and you're being monitored. Can you kind of explain that and without psychoanalyzing, another celebrity or people that you see? But we've seen this before when you're on, or not you, but when someone's working towards
Yep.
getting better, or stabilizing, versus someone who says, I'm not going to do anything.
Absolutely. And I'll start by saying I'm not you and you're not me. Whoever you are out there that's listening to me right now. I always knew something was wrong. And people are like, oh, well, nothing's wrong with you. Well, let's just stop with all the avoid this word, avoid that word, look into the word, dig into the word. It can mean this, it can mean that. Let's just stop with all the touchiness right now. And just take the word for the meaning of what it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
I always knew something was wrong. As a teenager, I would cry and cry and cry and cry. I had no bloody idea why I was crying. I was like two different people all the time. But in my situation, family situation, everybody loved me just the way that I was. So it wasn't almost like feeling anything was wrong. It was just me.
Right.
Right? Now you start to get older. Now it starts to become a problem. You have a job. You go into relationships. All sorts of different things happen. And you start to realize the way that you are is not being accepted the way that it always was. My grandmother, very old school, would always say, she's just a moody child. Right?
But you weren't. It was.
I wasn't. Now, it also didn't really connect that my father, because this is another thing. She thought I was a moody child. People just thought my dad was cray-cray. So, he would like lose his temper or stuff like that. And that's not uncommon. There are people that lose their temper very quickly. Later in life, he would get diagnosed bipolar 1 with mania. He's on medication. In fact, I spoke to him today. He lives in a home in Trinidad. I later on was diagnosed with bipolar 2. But at 26 is when I had a really bad time for a couple of weeks. And my aunt grabbed me and took me to the doctor. They put me on Zoloft. And I started to level out, like you say. And for years, I would go to a GP, and that's what I did. But I still struggled. I still had those moments of really, 3 days out of work, don't know what hit me all of a sudden. Not until I went on proper combination of medication did I start to really feel more stabilized. It's as simple as that, more stabilized. I felt happy without being like,
Yeah.
I felt, sad. Oh my gosh, I just broke my favorite mug. But not like, I'm just going to lay there in that couch and cry about it for the rest of the afternoon. It's like the bipolarness is such ridiculous extremes. And the worst part about it is You're being pulled left and right through it all. You can't even find your middle for a moment, right? To think, how is this happening? Where did this come from? How do I fix this? And I do feel that it had everything to do with the people around me. And the fact that the last time it happened, I was aware because it had happened to me before. So if somebody is going through this and you're observing these behaviors and you're not sure what to do, seriously speak to a professional. Don't be like, oh, dude, you need to go speak to a professional. No, 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 no. If you really care, you speak to the professional.
Oh, okay. So let's clarify. So
Yeah.
if I'm concerned about somebody,
Yep.
if I'm concerned,
Yep.
I should speak to the professional on their behalf and bring them with me, or like what? Where are you stepping over that boundary?
So I would say, like in my case, my husband sat down that very first day with me, with my psychiatrist, and said, I want to be on this conversation, in this
Okay.
conversation. And I want to know week to week as she's doing this, I'm going to be here with her because I want to know she's doing better. Okay. I'm definitely going to address those. So we'll get out of this conversation. I think the first way that you can help someone, you have to remember, if you're concerned about someone, right, who seems depressed, who seems not themselves, you are not qualified to pinpoint what exactly is wrong and where it's stemming from. So you first do need to educate yourself. If you speak to a professional and you can share some of those symptoms, some of the things that you have observed, right, they may be able to help you, guide you into a general diagnosis, general, right, and may be able to give you pointers as to perhaps how you would approach someone or speak to someone, or what things could be triggers, so they're almost preparing you for stepping into your friendship or relationship with them in a slightly different way, so then you don't isolate them. You don't, because you have good intentions, but let's be honest, you don't know medically, right? And you may push the person away without intending to. So I think if you understand better, you will approach the person better. And I think in that case, they slowly will start to trust you because they realize that you're not attacking them, that you care about them. But this care isn't coming from pity, for example, or, what the hell's wrong with you? You really need to get medication. Like, I'm not saying that that's the way you want to do it, but guess what? After years and years and years and years and years of dealing with someone like that in situations over and over and over and over, we are human. You might just snap. And that's it. Any trust that you would have built with that person just went out the window. So it's so important. And this is one thing I will do soon. I will get to the point of where I could do our Bipolar Brilliance, the support group I want to do so badly for bipolar people with their support partner.
Okay.
Because the support partner needs support, right?
Well, all caregivers. I mean, I'm sure it's different, but yes, caregivers in general need that support.
Yes. And who best can
But
support?
probably in
Go ahead.
other bipolar people,
Sorry?
other bipolar people with the knowledge of the
Yes. You see, same wavelength. Who could give you the
huh?
best support? Who could give? I said we're on the same wavelength. Who could
Yeah.
give you the best support? The
Yeah.
person who has walked the path too.
Yes.
All right. A
Yes.
bipolar person could talk to a bipolar. You know how many people have reached out to me in DM and said, I just listened to your show. I just read your post. I just read your story. You have the words. You said what I have been feeling that I have not been able to express to anyone, but I can only do that because I am bipolar.
Right.
Just as the support person can only feel what another support person's feeling.
That's interesting on many different levels. And I'll say, you know, uh, from a doctor perspective, generally, I think we gravitate towards those that understand our internal body, our internal bodies, or understand our mindsets better than someone who's studied about it. I mean, and both are effective, right? But it depends on what you want to get out of it. Agreed or disagree?
I'm sorry, say that one more time.
Agree or disagree?
No, what you said before.
Oh, girl, you know I can't remember what my name is. Um,
Listen, guys, my electric heater is over there, and the back of me is here. I'm like, what the hell? Maybe I should go shut that off.
give me a second, real quick.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna play. So everyone, I thank everyone for their participation. I screwed up and had to fix it, so here we go.
Nick, hi, it's Felipe here. I just
Oh my goodness, what's this?
wanted to tell you that thank you for opening up my world to the world of publishing and writing. If you had never invited me and encouraged me, I never would be where I am today with two co-authored books and a published book, and more to come. So thank you for opening up my eyes to this world, and thank you for being an amazing publisher. All the best.
I'm telling you, they came out in droves. Like
Oh my god.
everyone loves you to death. Let me do one more. Not him. Oh, no, I know no one. Hmm. We'll go ahead and do him.
See the
Wow. Nicole Angai-Galindo, you're here, baby sister. I'm so proud of you. The last 3.5 years have been nothing but a delight working with you and an opportunity to grow with you. We started this both at the same time and have been supporting one another right from the very get-go. And all I can say is thank you. Thank you for your heart. Thank you for your generosity. Thank you for digging deep when others couldn't dig deep. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for being a sponsor of Soul Man Live for so many years, and just continue plugging away. Never give up. Keep just forging forward, and I can't wait to see where you're going next. Big burly hugs, baby sister. Love you.
wow. Oh, you're really catching me off guard. Shit.
Well, that's part of the show. So we're gonna like have like some in and out. So anyone out there listening, and those that were here before we started, I said I had messed up 8 things. Those were 8 things. I have to figure out how to get them back on. But we will. Melissa will be next. Yay! I was actually gonna have Aaron close out the show, but it didn't work out that way.
Yeah, you're really catching me. And I know there's a lot of questions out there.
My big question to you, and these are two questions that I'm going to ask because I'll forget. The first thing is, I've been told that it's harder for women because of all of the hormonal things that go on. So you have to get the perfect balance, and so sometimes it takes women a little bit longer
Mhm.
to get that through line. Is that true? And what do you say to the women out there?
I couldn't speak to whether or not it's a medical fact for women versus men.
Perfect.
In terms of, I will speak about my diagnosis. To either be diagnosed correctly with the difference in the hormonal, ups and downs, or even how to treat it. But I will say this. I am going through menopause, I'm damn sure, or perimenopause, or on the heels of menopause. Now, you're probably going, well, how could you not know? Well, let's start with, unless I'm dying, I don't go to the doctor. Very bad.
Me either. Go ahead.
Do not follow my advice. It's terrible. It's not advice. Just don't follow me in that respect. So that being said, I could feel the changes. My sister and I joked about it a couple years ago. Oh, like, but now it's like, holy crap. This is not like, where's the milk? Oh shit, I put the milk in the cupboard. That's not that. I'm talking about brain fog. Oh my God. Like when I'm focused, I'm like dead focused. Okay. Brain fog, like, ooh, oh no. The night sweats, death. So yeah, I do think that hormonally, the medications that you are on to treat your bipolarness, right, can be affected by your hormonal changes. Because I was always on an antidepressant. I was never on a combination of an antidepressant and a mood stabilizer. Oh, it's my sister. And she says, yes, I know I'll go unless it's dark, because she's completely opposite to me. And she gets mad with me all the time that I don't go. So bad, you see?
But she loved her braids. And she really was your sis. So when she said sis, I didn't think that she was really your sis, but she really is.
I got lots of brothers and sisters virtually. But I have one blood sister, and she's my little sister. We're only a year and a half apart, mind you. So we're very, very close in age and close in general. And she
good.
But wait, what were we talking about? Oh, yes, hormonal. Right. There's the brain fog. No, but seriously,
Because between the two of us, we keep going, now what was I saying?
I do feel changes in my body, in my mood, and fluctuations and stuff like that. And I'm very, very open with my husband. So I'd be like, oh, I feel so mad right now. Like, I want to run somebody over. I don't know who, because I don't really drive anymore. I'm always home these days. But, I go through these periods where I feel angry, or I feel sad, or I feel, but not sad like bipolar sad. And the good thing is that I can recognize now. I've been through so much of the bipolar experiences and so much situational experiences, probably due to bipolarness and bad decisions, that I'm starting to learn when I'm feeling fair, which bucket is it coming from, right? And therefore, I know how to cope with it. God, that's a whole nother show. But anyway.
Right, because you just opened up a bucket and then walked away. It's like you threw water on it and then said, okay, dry yourself off. So when you say dealing with your bipolarness along with other issues, are you talking about just traumas that we all have to deal with, or are there other things?
Yeah, so we all have post-traumatic issues. Of course, every single one of us. I don't care what you say, diagnosed or not. And I'm not diagnosed. But the thing is, we all have life experiences, and they all affect us differently. And sometimes there are things that just stay with you, and they pop into your head randomly, and those are the things that stay with you. So yes, I was married twice. The second husband was an alcoholic. Didn't know because just not exposed to it growing up. I mean, there's been some seriously volatile situations in my life where, cops were called in and reports were taken and stuff like that. And so, yeah, you kind of get to learn after a while, is this fear coming from something that happened in the past? Yes, she is. Is this fear coming from something that happened in the past that I never overcame? Is this a feeling associated with my bipolar disorder? Like, have I, you know what I'm saying, not been taking my medication? Is this something related to something else? So yes, I do feel when you know where it's coming from, you can have a better handle on it.
Can Marcos feel it? Does he, like, has he ever said, hey, I think
that I'm not doing okay?
Yeah.
Oh,
Not
hell
doing.
yes.
So he can sense it too
Yes, he
at
can.
this stage. That's good.
Absolutely. Like
That is really good to have that partner that can be by your side and understand you.
he does 100%. Like he would, even now, guys, he says this to me when I went into entrepreneurship, you know, as long as I come home from work and the lights are on and you're doing your thing and music's playing and you're happy, then I'm happy. It's when I start coming home and the house is dark and you're in your bed.
Mhm.
Not that anything's wrong with taking a nap, because I nap. But he understands when Nick's napping and up moving, because I'm a napper, or when Nick's napping 3 hours because she's forcing herself to stay to sleep. He knows the difference. He sees it. He sees the changes in my patterns with my eating, with just my appearance. He notices the shifts. He does. And that is somebody that wants to understand. You have to understand. You can't stand in a person's shoes and you may not ever 100% understand. But not wanting to understand
It's
is very
different.
different. Okay.
100%. 100%. Give me a second here.
Yeah, I feel like I have to answer some of these questions. I feel like, you know,
You feel like you're letting people down. You're not.
well,
It's just
I do want the
There
audience to
are
be.
a million great things I can tell you about Nick, but I think the best.
oh, I try to do it. Let's see.
There are a million great things I can tell you about Nick, but I think the best thing I can tell you about her is that I admire the way she has put pen to paper. I admire the way she has gathered her friends to create momentum, to document stories, legacy, journey. She has been doing it book after book, and I got to be part of that. She was my publisher, and so I appreciate her for having that impact on my life, and I hope that you guys allow her a little bit of room in your life.
Mm. You're not a you are a publisher, but you're not just a publisher. You are helping people. You're inspiring people every day. That's why I thought, when you said, if you think I'd be a good fit, I was like, are you kidding me? I everyone should know about you, and if I could put you on billboards all across America, I would do it. I just can't, girl. I ain't got no job.
Bill, don't put me on billboards, Bill. But
I
listen,
will not.
seriously,
I will not.
publishing is easy. I'm a publisher because that's the name of the career for what I do. Publishing is easy. The type of publishing I do is easy to learn. Go on Amazon KDP and take the tutorial. That's it. If you know how to format, you could publish. If you know how to edit, but I don't suggest you self-edit because you will never ever catch all your errors. If you could design a book cover, which there's a million programs out there to do that. There's a template to teach you how to put in the cover. Here's the thing though, if you don't have the time to do it and you don't want to have the inclination to learn it, then you hire somebody to publish it. 1, 2. As when I say I'm a publisher, Wide and Brilliant Writers is meant to be a full service turnkey. That's it, done. You're not going to somebody to design your book cover. You're not going to somebody to edit your work. You're not going to somebody to publish it and then go to somebody to promote it. Because now you become a project manager. No, that's my job. My job is to project manage your project, sorry. But guess what? You also get to work with me because I make all the book covers. I do all the promotional marketing material work. I'll get on all the live shows with you. I'll get you on 4, 5, 6 live shows because you need to meet other networks. If you don't meet other networks, how are people going to learn about you? And I do edit, and I'm editing all my chapters. In fact, right now, yesterday, I had a 2-hour call with a writer. So with my anthologies, I meet all my writers one-on-one. I read their chapter back to them. We are in a live Google document making changes as we go. Sorry.
When you say what type of book was that?
What type of?
When you said when I'm helping someone write, and I forgot the term you used. Was it
Anthology?
biography? Anthology. Yes, it does.
Yes.
So do you
So
want
an
to?
anthology is basically a collaborative book. A lot of people ask that question.
Okay.
And so I'll bring together 20 authors and we will write a book. And we wrote a book last December on legacy. The third annual Legacy Chronicles is launching on Thanksgiving. So by now, the first book, 20 wrote with me. The second book, which was December 23, the second book, 20 more wrote. And now this year, we have 9 plus me. So there would have been 20, 40, 42, 52 legacies left over 3 years. Some came back and wrote for a second and a third time. Because our legacies are constantly building. Right, so that's just one anthology. The one that I did July 1st, We Choose to Be More Than Our Diagnoses. That one is every single writer from age 20, he was 20 and he turned 21 when we launched, all the way to people in their 60s.
Wow.
Wrote about any and every kind of diagnosis that you could think of. There's lupus, chronic pain, bipolar like myself, ADHD, schizophrenia. There's tons of diagnoses in there, right? These are the books that I would like to be able to produce. They're niche to some extent, yes, but everybody knows somebody who knows somebody that could benefit from reading the stories, even if it's not you, right? I have a great community. I don't expect my community to buy every single book I publish. That's ridiculous. But if something talks to you, buy it. And if it talks to you, tell somebody else about it that you think it might help. But that's what an anthology does. And what it does is it makes it more affordable, where everybody could come in and do a 3,500 word chapter. And there were a couple questions, so I'll answer it really quick. Is that okay with you?
No, I'm sorry. Yeah. Don't worry about it. I'm just posting up so they can see it.
Oh, okay. No, you are fine with the comments. I just don't want to go off tangents and not answer.
I want this. The stage is yours, my friend. As Aaron said, I can talk for 4 hours, which I believe is a lie, but whatever.
You know what? I probably could too. So, yeah, somebody asked, do I believe everybody has a story worth telling? The answer is yes. A resounding yes. If you have ever, and it's highly unlikely, none of us here have ever picked up something and read, even in a social media post, even in a TikTok video, seen something that touched you in such a way that it impacted your life and created a shift in mindset or some sort of actionable change. Would that have ever happened if you didn't come across that? How could you have come across it if that person did not share that content?
And then my final question, not tonight. We can talk for 5 hours, according to Aaron. I've been introduced to it, just as I told you, through family and friends whose children have gone through the diagnosis. So I've only known the diagnosis stage. But then, and I don't want to offend you, but it is really where I saw it for the first time was in the movie in the TV show Shameless, and in the show.
I'm sorry, which TV show?
Shameless. So the mother is the mother is bipolar, and she's just great until she has an episode where she's cleaning everything out and
Right.
buying everything, and that storyline shed so much light on actually what people who have to deal with it go through. It was a very raw. Whoever wrote it did a really good job with that. So
So not offended.
Okay.
I've gone through it. You want to hear the stories? I have gone through it. You go through those periods of highs where even if there was a part of you that knew what you were doing was wrong, that part just gets completely squished. Whether it was something as simple as I have to buy a bunch of scratch off tickets every single week. Then it was starting to, it's like you start something, but you go to the extreme with it. It's almost like you don't know how to go to the middle. You don't know how to do things in moderation. Somebody the other day on an outlier meeting did these archetypes, and mine fell under the rebel. It fell under other things too, but one of them said in the disadvantages, but the shortcomings, right? The ability, or not the ability, that you have the propensity to self-destruct. And I was probably the only one in the room that said, everybody was like, oh no, the things they said that were drawbacks, that's not, yeah, that was correct for me. I have the ability, the propensity to be able to self-destruct if I am not careful. I still have my bipolar tendencies. They are just more level. So yes, excessiveness, needing attention of the flirtatious type,
Okay.
right? What do you do? I didn't pick these things out of the air. Promiscuity, no, because my mom beat it into me that I was Roman Catholic. But nobody picks these symptoms out of the air, people. These are research, okay? So yeah, people feel ashamed. I get it. I get it. But once you started talking about it, and the more you talk about it, the less ashamed you feel. Okay? And it starts with being able to talk about it in a group of people that genuinely care about you. You will get to a point, I promise you, where it no longer matters. You have to start small. You have to push yourself. No, it's not easy. Then find someone who has gone through it, who is doing it, and ask them to give you some advice. Shadow them. Get on a show with them and talk about it. I am going to do a show with another lady that just reached out to me, said she's bipolar and she was very inspired by me and blah, blah, blah. And I said, do you want to do a show? It's so funny. I don't think I've done a show where I've brought other bipolar people on with me. I've brought people with different things on. And you know what? Let's do it. Let her talk about her bipolar experiences. Let me talk about my bipolar experiences. Let's hear where the similarities are and where the differences are. Where the differences are in our backgrounds, our families, our careers, different choices, and how it is that we could run a parallel with this diagnosis, shared diagnosis, but still have so many differences.
Wow.
In it.
Wow. So we're at our hour mark. I want to check in with you. I also want to know about how do we get started. You said go on Amazon and people can get started self-publishing if they want.
Absolutely.
But what other tips and tricks do we have, and what else do you want to share while you are here? I am a free-flowing type of guy. So, as long as, to me, as long as the audience is engaged, which they seem like they are, I'm not going to go 3 hours. I'm not going to go 2 hours, but I can go an hour and 15,
Yeah, absolutely. So I do have a 6:00 meeting tonight. I'm actually meeting I have time, it's fine. So I am meeting the 8 writers in Pageants, Pride and Prejudice, which is the anthology launching on January 1st. So that's one part of it, which is I opened up this year to people who would like to publish an anthology or something very meaningful to them. They have people within their community that they align with, who are obviously because they've had similar experiences, and they want to shed light on that particular subject. How are you going to do that if you don't know how to do certain things? So you look at people publishing an anthology and you're like, oh, I wish I could publish one. Well, now you can. This is about leveling the playing field for everyone. That alignment that I spoke about recently is because I went from making $70,000 a year to, oh my God, how much money did I make this year? Did I make? Did I lose? Oh my God. And now it's starting to not feel like work. It's feel like fun. It's starting to feel like work. I'm starting to get stressed out, blah, blah, blah. Right? Now I'm starting to get scared and I'm like, okay, I got to start running after people to, no, the leads keep coming. I keep having conversations. I once was told that I need to chill out on my Zooms because, like, I have this thing where I don't like to set 15-minute time markers because I hate people that go, I gotta meet, I gotta go. Oh, wait,
Yeah.
did I just say I gotta go?
Yeah.
Okay, well, the show was supposed to be an hour. But anyway, the whole point is, though, I think why it is I get so many referrals and so many of the people who've written with me in anthologies came back to publish books with me is because we connected. You hear it all the time. Connect, connect, connect. Really? What is a connection though? Only the two people who have that connection could say what that connection is. There is no handbook on creating a connection, people. There's no handbook. It's simply time. It's simply seeing truthfully. And yeah, I'm not a studied writer. I don't have a master's degree in English. Okay, you and I could argue right now. A comma goes beforehand. A comma does not go beforehand. A comma goes beforehand only when it's a list. Where does, or a comma only goes where you need to take a natural pause. Okay. I read these stories back, and here's what I tell my writers. This is your story. I ain't about changing your voice. Yes, I have to make sure you didn't spell things wrong and grammar's correct because we are putting out a professional product, period. Okay? But you do you and you speak like you. I am not changing that because the people who know you will understand you. You're writing your story for yourself first. Legacy, you are writing for the people that you love, your future generations. And others who will read it, it either resonates or it does not. And when you have an anthology with 20 stories, you bet your butt you're going to resonate with at least one story in there.
Nick, I am going to look up your YouTube channel right now and put that in the chat so that we can get people to start following you. I'm following you already. So
Awesome. My handle is just at Nick GBW, at Nick the GBW, which is Gifted Bipolar Writer.
okay. So YouTube at go ahead, say it again.
It should be at Nick the GBW. But I think I messed that up because it was that, and then I think I made a Guiding Brilliant Writers, and somehow I think I have two.
Yeah, I think I have for you. I think I have Guided Brilliant Writers.
All right, so that's the one because I can't figure out how to merge them.
Guiding Brilliant, yeah, that's who I have. So do you want to list that one?
Yeah, that's the better one. So that's where you'll catch all my live shows, of which there are a bunch coming down the pike. The person behind the pen is going to run every Tuesday, starting next Tuesday. All of the legacy writers are going to be up in panel style, so you can meet them. And then we're going to bring on all the beauty pageants queens. So
wait. The beauty pageant queens. I'm sorry, they're going to be beauty pageant queens?
Well, for the next book, I'm going to be bringing them on. But you're going to see beauty pageant competitions in a very different light.
Okay.
These on runway, Miss Universe, Miss World.
You've done one children's book or more than one?
One, which was Felipe's children's book. And we're getting ready to publish the Spanish version of that children's book. But he plans to do a series. So there will probably be more of those coming down the pike. I know we spoke about one, and I know that also have a few others that reached out to me about children's books as well. But
yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will definitely be going with Nick. timing is everything. And at this moment, I have to be very, very intentional. Like I can't make fast decisions. I have
Please
to make,
don't.
huh?
Please don't. Please don't. I had so many of my friends reach out this year that want to do books, and they said next year. And then we spoke, and I said, listen, when the time is right, the time is right. When you're ready to pull the trigger, if I'm locked into another book, we'll talk about it. And if I can help, I can help. If you could wait, you wait. It is what it is. Listen, no people, no stories, no stories, no books. So what does that bring you back when you go backwards? Back to the people. So it's got to start with the people, right? I just want to remember why I started this in the very beginning, no matter what. I had a job, it wasn't the money. I want to keep trying to stay in that mindset. The money will come.
Mm-hmm.
And it is, because I have paying clients. However, I always wanted to make this about people feeling first that they could be heard, that they didn't have to have X amount of dollars to be heard. They didn't have to have X amount of dollars to matter, that they didn't have to have X amount of dollars to be worth something, right? Yes, you can be published if you want to be published. It's as simple as that.
Yeah. Yes. This has been a beautiful conversation for me.
Most thank you.
I can't do it. You see.
Yours looks a little nicer than mine.
There we go.
But
Well, I actually had breast cancer, so I can't see.
oh my gosh! Wow.
Yeah, men get it too. So we all have a story. Nicole, don't be a stranger. And anytime you want to come up, let's just jump on and talk. I found that during this conversation, there were 7 different verticals that I wanted to take down. However, the topic that we stayed on, I think we made an impact, and people got to hear more about a subject than a little bit about nothing, right? We kind of dived in there and talked about some things, and I think that we can go deeper.
I agree. I absolutely
right.
agree. I'm happy to come on anytime, and when you want to run that 4-hour marathon, just be prepared, because
You know what we can do? We can do it for a marathon, but with different co-hosts every hour. So it's just like me, and then then you and me, and then anyway, it'll be a thing.
right? We should do that, a 24-hour marathon of all the cool podcast hosts just swapping in and out.
It would be amazing. And I think you have some pull. I think Aaron should come on my show. But let me, Aaron, before you say no, don't type anything. Because you travel so much, hold on. Because you travel so much, I think we should just do it off the cuff. You text me and say, Bill, I'm sitting in the airport. Can you jump on live? And we just go on live. Not fully produced, not all the stuff that we do that make us feel good about ourselves. We just go on live right there in the moment and talk about whatever you're looking at. I think that'd be fun. All right, guys. Much love to you, Nick. Jackie, I lost your message. I feel so bad, but hopefully I'll get it converted and edited it into the final version. Nick, I hope this was worth it for you. I love you for coming.
Oh gosh, I love you for having me. I love everyone who showed up on a Sunday afternoon. And let's just keeping it real, because that's where it starts. You could be real with yourself. Everything else falls into place.
Love you for that. Bye-bye. Bye, guys.
Welcome to you. Welcome to you, yeah. Step right up, come see the show. Welcome to you, be you live. No, do da 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 welcome to do da 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 do da
Yeah. Magic in motion, soul on display. You be you live, starts today. Come feel the rhythm, come catch the vibe. Young man, you there, wanna come inside.
Welcome to you. Be you alive. Oh, you'll be with the dreams alive.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I had the proud pleasure of ending my week Friday night with the amazing Soulman Live. It was an experience so unique, so different that I still can't describe how deeply it moved me. I am someone who's never been celebrated, and for that, soul man, I thank you. But tonight, we're not ending our week, we're beginning our week. It's Sunday, it's 4 p.m. It's time to wind down and lift up. Tonight is not about soul man, that's a lifestyle. Tonight we travel a journey you'll never forget. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Cedric K.
It's alive, you don't strive, don't lie, don't fight, you ride, you be you like you're alive, oh, come alive, come alive, come alive. We don't change tricks, we bring them alive, flipping on the nerve.
We been the rules like we been the light. Turn the spark in our hearts to a flame on sight. Secret Decay's got that soulful flair. William Michelle, call him Bill if you dare. Real ones rise when the fake ones fade. We ain't waiting for a lane, we pave the parade.
This is your life, oh, you don't survive, you thrive, you thrive, you survive, you be a part of you, you be you like come alive, oh, come alive, come alive. We don't chase dreams, we bring them to life. Hey, this is your la la. Hey, yeah, yeah, this is your la la.
Eh,